Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of Through Thick and Thin. With Pelle and Torrie. How you doing, Tor?
I'm good, and you?
Good. I got an idea today. Do you want to get into the idea right away, or do you want to cover some some housekeeping?
What will this entail?
So I think today's episode should be based around childhood stories.
Okay.
I feel like we've got a lot that we haven't really shared. And I think we should share some stories of growing up.
You should have texted me so I could have at least.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm taking control, baby.
Okay.
Do you want to do a little housekeeping beforehand? You got anything you want to cover before we jump into it?
No. You think the whole podcast will be able to do this?
Well, we'll try. We'll see how far we get.
Yeah,
and we're not that old, so.
No, that's true. That's true. Fire it up.
Okay, well,
hit me, baby.
The thing that kind of spurred this was the childhood story of little Torrie on a 70cc dirt bike. Is that what you had?
Yeah.
My family was at Torrie's family's farm, and we were heading out. And I believe you had a bit of a crush on my sister at that time. Did you not?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, and Torrie was popping wheelies and showing off on the gravel road. And next thing you know, he gets a little squirrely with it, and Torrie hits the turf.
Dude, I hate so much shit. I just remember lining up to the window of your car, looking over, and just get that speed wall. I absolutely biffed it.
It's so good, man. I was thinking of that today, and that's what kind of spurred this topic on. That was so good, man. What kind of injuries did you sustain from that?
Mainly it was my ego. Because I knew after that I never had a shot with your sister. I had a really bad raspberry on my leg.
That's it though, because you were like crushed rock, dude.
Yeah, so I'm pretty scratched up, but nothing major. I remember having to pick like rocks out of my knees because they were starting. It was like starting to heal over. I might even be able to feel one still.
Dude, we stopped right to help you? Or did we just
you kept going.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, you did. You just kept driving. I picked myself up.
Shut up.
No, you guys kept driving. You guys just kept driving.
He'll figure it out. He's fine. He's a tough kid.
I'm used to picking myself up, you know?
Yeah,
I've been doing that my whole life.
That was awesome. Was it a 70cc Honda?
Yeah, a 70cc Honda.
I remember that. That was sweet. Do you remember my experience with that bike?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I remember you popping the clutch and running it into the garage. And then you were so worried that we were going to be friends again.
Dude, I was terrified. I hit that garage door and I panicked and I hit that, like just slammed, like just wrapped that throttle out as I'm like in the garage door already.
You're facing the garage.
Yeah, I just dug a nice big rut in there. Yeah, your dad was really chill. He was more concerned about me than that door.
Well, I mean, as a father, I should be, right?
I don't know.
It was like our third time hanging out, wasn't it?
No, we maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that was funny.
Man, that was too good.
Okay, I forgot. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that dirt bike of mine. I can't believe I didn't kill myself. I remember jumping road with that.
Road,
like the
approaches.
Approaches. I jumped an approach without a helmet. And my front wheel dug in, and I went head ass over tea kettle.
Wow.
To the point where like my jaw was out of place. So
dang. Did you ever get it fixed?
I walked back to the house, and I remember taking a bunch of Advil because I had a wicked headache, and I popped my jaw back in by just doing this.
Just popped her back in there.
I don't know if it was out of place. It was definitely fucked up though.
Dang.
Yeah, and to that day, I definitely think I had a concussion.
Okay.
But I just kind of took a bunch of Advil and kept going.
Yeah, we were right on that edge of like concussion protocol, hey? Like we were still in the I don't want to say we're as tough as like kids that were like our age in the 90s or 80s or anything like that, 70s. But
early 2000s was a war zone, man.
Yeah, you were still fighting it.
Yeah.
You fell on pavement, you're fine.
Yeah. And I was living in a house that had asbestos at the time, so
I mean it shows.
Yeah.
I can see it now.
We'll figure it out, I guess. Yeah, that was scary. I probably shouldn't have fell asleep that night, but isn't that a thing? Like you got to stay awake, right? When you get a concussion.
Yeah, I don't know if that's someone actually told me that might not be a thing anymore, but
I'm gonna still do it. I think.
just fucks with you more, eh? Staying up all night. It's just a test of character.
If you fall asleep, you'll die.
They want to make sure you man up, kind of thing. And they're like, you wiped out on a dirt bike, kind of a bitch. Let's see if he can stay up all night. he'll earn his place back in the house.
I slept in the garage that night.
Dude, yeah, that was wild. I remember. I don't remember you jumping the approach, obviously, but you getting a little skittish on that dirt bike was epic.
That's funny. Yeah.
Do you remember any other? I remember also another story about being at your house is you had a go-kart or a dune buggy.
Yeah.
And
you did too, though.
I did, but they were different. They were different. Mine was like a 1970s Honda Odyssey dune buggy, not the van. Don't mistake it with the van. No suspension or very
Just remember
minimal.
yours had the trigger. Like that was sick. I thought that was so cool.
Do you want me to tell you a story about that thing?
Yeah, hit me.
Okay, so one day I worked at Dairy Queen growing up when we had that thing. And I had a shift later that day, and it was like, maybe the middle of a Saturday or something. And I thought, I'm going to go take the dune buggy out. And we live in town, so you have to kind of drive through town with it for a little ways on the sidewalk. So I hop in this thing, fill it with gas. I'm ripping out to the country. I'm ripping around. And all of a sudden, I'm like probably 3 miles out of town. So probably 4 miles in total away from home. And I have to work later, like in a little bit. And this thing dies.
Yeah, that's right.
On a country road in 4 miles away from the house, and I work soon. So I
cell phones at the time.
No cell phones. I mean, there was cell phones, but I was too young to have one.
I didn't have one either.
So I jumped out, and my friend's house was nearby. So I pushed that freaking dune buggy to my friend's house, and it must have been like 30 degrees outside. Pushed that sucker to my friend's house, to his driveway, so at least it wasn't sitting on the side of the road. And then I walked the rest of the way home, and then I was sweating buckets, man. And I just went home, put my DQ shirt on, and went to work. And I was like, I felt like I imagine that's like what an alcoholic does after they crash their truck.
Just ditch the scene and go do whatever they have
just
to do.
Go home, sleep, and get back to work. Deal with it later.
Yeah,
man. That's my story.
You also had the Big Red, didn't you?
What's the Big Red?
Like the three-wheeler? Honda three-wheeler?
No, I never had I've never driven a three-wheeler.
I thought you had one.
No.
Definitely been on one then. You've been around one though, right?
I've seen them.
Oh, I thought for sure we rode one.
I've never ridden one, but there was a family near our house who had two of them.
Maybe
and they used to rip around here because we live not far from each other.
No, you were on Connors Hill and I was just down there.
Yeah.
In the lower part of society. Can't all grow up on Connors Hill.
You were in the lower part of society. Did you ever see my house, dude?
Dude, your house was nice.
Dude, did you see my childhood house?
I remember. I thought it was nice.
Go drive by it.
No, well, now, 25 years later.
Dude, it was the only house on the entire street, probably the only house in town that still had a gravel driveway.
Yeah, it's just money saving.
Yeah, you should try and shovel that thing in winter, dude. It was the worst.
I remember going to your place for like sleepovers, and the creatures that we were friends with back in the day.
Oh yeah,
dude.
Like you're talking about the birthday party. Tell a story about the birthday party.
Oh, so we grew up with this one delinquent, and I guess we liked him at the time because I think he had undiagnosed ADHD, and I think that's why we were friends with him because he was kind of like a loose cannon.
Maybe some fetal alcohol stuff going on.
Maybe that too, but he was sweet, and I remember. I got invited to Pelle's birthday party for a sleepover, and that was my first sleepover, and I was so excited. I remember what did we end? We ended up drinking, I think I had 2 liters of pop that evening, and we had a fire. It was just great. It was great.
Yeah, we slept in the sunroom, right?
Slept in your sunroom. Yeah. How many there was like 6 of us, right?
Yeah.
Who was all there? Anyone we're friends with now?
Oh,
I don't remember.
Nobody that would be kind of around now. I like people I'm still friends with, but they're just not around anymore.
And the fetal alcohol kid, he kept making fart noises the whole time while we were trying to sleep. I don't know the whole story, but I remember it was late for like us being 15 or how old?
No, we weren't 15,
no,
dude.
That's true. We're not making fart noises at 15.
We were probably like
10.
I'd say maybe 10. Yeah, somewhere around there.
I remember him. At one point did he like whip out his dick?
Oh, geez, that's between you and him.
No, like
this is your first sleepover story, not mine.
That was at your house, though.
Not my problem.
Okay.
What happened?
I don't know. I just for some reason I feel like at one point he was talking about his penis, and it got really weird.
I do feel like that was a thing too. We had a fire that night though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the neighbor's house.
Yeah. And I remember your backyard being so slanted.
It was a big backyard.
Yeah,
eh?
but it was this.
Yeah, man.
And I don't know how we had a fire. Was the fire like this or like this?
Okay, so that backyard had 2 levels to it. It had a flat level with evergreens, and then it had the bottom level that was also kind of flat. But all the rest of the backyards in that area were all slanted. So our neighbor's yard was slanted where the fireplace was. Because, like I was saying before, the house wasn't a super nice house, so we didn't actually we actually didn't have a fire pit.
It was a normal house.
Our neighbor,
other than the driveway,
a neighbor had a fire pit that allowed us to use it sometimes.
Okay, so is that what we used?
Yeah, and my mom actually, for my sister's birthday, who also, that must have been a theme for us to just borrow our neighbor's fire pit for birthdays. My mom, she had my sister's friends over for a birthday party, and one of the kids threw some newspaper on the fire, and it blew off as it was on fire and burnt my whole neighbor's backyard. All the grass.
Serves them right.
For letting us borrow it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal. I remember that was, that was not great. But here we are, right?
Yeah.
Smokey the Bear taught us a lesson or two, and safe fires, right?
Yeah. Now come and think of it. I remember, like, even that go-kart, that dune buggy I had.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did we roll that thing?
Yeah, that was right. That was what we're getting at.
We rolled that thing quite a bit.
Yeah, you told me before I even like started the thing. You're like, hey, just don't roll it, okay? We hop in it. I take one corner and I rolled it.
Yeah. Because we had that makeshift track in the back there.
That was awesome.
Field. That was cool. Dad made jumps and stuff. Dang.
Yeah, you had a pretty cool setup.
Did, yeah. Wow.
What did you all have going on at your house?
I had the outdoor pool. Oh, I remember that. Remember that when that thing chased us in the pool? Fuck, I got so many stories, dude.
That thing.
There was the mantis looking thing.
Dude, come on. Your dad doesn't look like a mantis.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, no, he made that course, the dirt track course in the back there. That was fun. I remember me and Bryce were in that puppy. He was driving at the time, and we rolled it. And of course, we didn't have helmets on. That's another thing I didn't quite understand. We drove a dune buggy without helmets.
Yeah, it's fine. You're fine.
And I remember, I don't know how, but I somehow knew not to put my hands outside of the vehicle. I was smart enough to like grab the inside of my belt there.
Yeah.
Luckily, nothing was broken. The only thing is the rim was like all bent up from it, but
yeah,
it's a good time. I think we flipped it 3 times.
That's wild, man. Where did they get that thing from?
PV Mart.
Actually,
TLC or whatever. Tractor Supply.
That checks out. Yeah, sketchy.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah,
man. Yeah. Okay. What else did you have going on your house? You had the outdoor pool. You had the go-kart track.
Yeah.
You had
that game room of mine.
You had a game room.
Yeah.
And you also had batting cages for a while.
I had a batting cage. Yeah. That's crazy when I'm saying that out loud.
You lived at an amusement park, dude. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, that's crazy when you said when you said that out loud. Wow.
Yeah, and you thought I was doing all right, eh? Shit. Man, you could walk 20 feet and buy flowers if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Also a greenhouse. Dang. Do you kind of feel like your parents missed the mark with the greenhouse in terms of like with marijuana becoming legal in Canada?
Funny thing is, before my family sold the farm, we were still having the farm for sale at the time. Okay. I was kind of joking with my dad, but not joking. I was trying to get him to go in on an aquaponics marijuana grow up.
Yeah. In
the barns.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, so like what you do is you build the towers, right? And then you'd have like a fish pond, and they fertilize the plants automatically. You just have pumps running the water through all the plants.
Holy smokes! You could have had quite the operation. Dang! And then what caused the collapse of that?
They just sold the farm.
You said nah.
And I was 18 at the time. I wasn't really
in control of much. Eh?
I didn't really have a lot of opportunities to do anything with like business wise with my parents. They always ended up getting rid of it before I could have developed interest, or do you know what I mean? Like,
do you think you were too busy at the amusement park?
I'm too busy riding rides, dude.
You're stimmed out on.
Maybe that's why I smoke vapes and drink so much caffeine and shit. I'm just looking for
that feeling back.
Wow.
Let's take you to Six Flags and see how you do.
The batting cage, I think, was my favorite thing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was sweet. I wish we never got rid of that.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I could see what else was all there. Again, You got any other good stories from the greenhouse days? Like when you guys lived out there?
Nothing really. I just remember it being super hot. And like all these old ladies, because we'd hire old ladies, because my parents had this thing where like the old ladies work the best. They don't complain, they don't do anything, just come to work.
Yeah.
And they all like it hot, right? Older people like it hot.
Yep.
I remember being in that greenhouse on like one of the hottest days. It was like 37 degrees outside. It was like 50 inside with humidity.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine working in there.
They probably felt great, man.
Yeah.
Did you ever try and like as a young guy, you know, you're young, you're getting into girls and that kind of stuff. Did you ever think of like maybe grabbing a number or something from any of them, or no?
No, I'm not really.
You didn't want to mix business with pleasure?
No. Yeah. I didn't want HR to get in contact with us. So
you could have like brought some Werthers, some hard candy.
Yeah. That, and as a young kid, I wasn't like, I'm no looker now, but when I was like young,
you're handsome.
I was, everyone told me that, but I don't think I was. I think they're lying to me.
Could you imagine like you take
maybe that's why my parents were like building stuff. They're like, shit, this kid's so fucking ugly. We gotta like get stuff to bring people here. So he's friends.
Wow. Like I could have seen like maybe you on a date with one of those older ladies. You could have taken her out for the go-kart ride, or maybe a little swim.
Yeah, and then end the night off in the game room.
What do you think you guys would play?
Air hockey.
Oh yeah.
Maybe watch a movie.
Maybe throw her in the batting cage.
Yeah. Get her to soft toss to me.
Oh,
or I soft tossed her.
Yeah, you would soft toss. I remember this story from when I was a kid. So you were describing my backyard. So our backyard was flat. There was a big, like maybe 3-foot ledge, and then it flattened out again. And I was supposed to go mow the grass, and it took forever to mow that grass. And I was walking in the backyard all by myself, and I thought, I'm gonna do a front flip off this ledge today.
Ooh.
I attempted it. I was probably 8 years old. I attempted it, flat on my back, dude. Just
did one of these. You just didn't. At least you didn't flip and land on your head.
No, I didn't. Thankfully, I just flipped onto my back and just
knocked the wind out of yourself.
And I remember wanting to cry, and then I remember also being like, "Well, I don't actually feel hurt. I just sucked."
Yeah, you're embarrassed.
I stood up. I walked to the shed and I mowed the grass.
I think a lot of my childhood was not like pain crying. It was a lot of embarrassment crying.
Yeah.
You know, like I embarrassed myself quite a bit.
You give me an example?
Well, wiping out again with trying to show off to your sister.
Yeah.
I wiped out because I was trying to do a backflip off the swings at my place.
Ooh, tell me more.
You know how like kids would do like that thing and I tried that and I didn't do a full rotation. Also knocked the wind out of myself.
Remember what that was called again?
I don't know. A gainer.
You tried to do a gainer off a swing.
I don't know.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, that sucked.
You had a swing set.
Yeah, I remember I was at a buddy's house. We were out jumping on the trampoline, and I didn't have swimming trunks at the time, but he put water and soap on the thing.
Okay.
And
holy shit.
And I remember like as we were jumping, I had like under boxers on, but my front button was missing. And as we were jumping, my penis fell out of the flap. Yeah. And this guy's sister walked out and she saw my penis. And I was like 13. I was so embarrassed. She ran into the house, dude, and started crying. And I don't remember what I fucking did. Dude. I tried to I think my buddy went to like talk to his sister and calm her down. I was fucking...
I wonder if she's so scared.
Like, dude,
good for you.
No,
dude, about that, man. You must be packing.
I showed my penis to a child.
Yeah, but you must have been packing.
Or no,
like you got like a mutation going on. Or
I don't know what it was. I remember that was the most embarrassing thing I've ever felt. And that sucked. And I think that's also why I am the way I am, because that really fucked me up.
It sounded like it wrecked you more than it wrecked her. Like how old would she have been?
I was probably 13 at the time, maybe 12. She would have been like 9 or 10.
Ooh, yeah, that's a little youthful.
Yeah.
I mean, good for you.
So now I don't go anywhere near fucking trampolines.
That's wild. Just swinging it, eh?
No, I didn't. It's man.
Wow, that's powerful though. Did you feel a little bit like not invigorated, but maybe free or
No, I felt like
powered?
I felt like I should go put more clothes on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Wow. Wow.
And I remember the boxers specifically, they had smiley faces all over them. And I think that's the fucking funniest shit, because no one was smiling in that situation. Well, except my underwear.
Dang, man. I'm trying to think if I had any stories like that from being a kid. Like any embarrassing, because I feel like it's guys it always happens to. What are you doing?
Having a drink.
Just shaking the ice?
I'm trying to get it all to the bottom.
Oh, good.
I don't know.
Sure, that's good for the audio. I'm sure people love that. You should click your tongue against your teeth or something. Yeah, I feel like this always happens to guys more often though. Like that embarrassing shit.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Where you're just like you're changing at like 13. And then all of a sudden someone walks in and you're like, oh no.
Yeah. Do you remember, did you ever ask your mom about erections?
No.
I remember asking my parents about them, and at the time I didn't know what they were.
Yeah, how would they say?
And they're like, oh, you'll figure that out when you're older.
Yeah, did you figure it out?
I did, I think, right? It's when you're excited.
Like when you're really happy, like at Six Flags?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I remember that was the weird, and now looking back at that, that's a weird situation. Even weirder. I don't know why. Do you remember your first boner?
No, I don't.
Do you remember like not knowing what it was though, and you're like, why am I erect? Like, why am I hard?
No, I didn't actually.
Really?
No.
Shit.
I do remember walking into my parents' room. This has nothing to do with an erection, by the way. Walking into my parents' room and like not wearing boxers, like just wearing sweatpants or something, and they're like, "You got to go put boxers on."
It kind of checks out.
Okay, to this day.
Yeah.
To this day, it's still the way I am.
Interesting.
Yeah. I just want you to know it's not a thing that started in my adult life.
It's been ever since you were a kid.
Ever since I was a kid, man.
Right on.
I don't know why though.
Keeping it original.
I don't know why. I just like to be free, man.
I do too, to a certain extent. Maybe too free at some points. Oh. An earthquake in here?
No, I'm trying to think of. You got anything else, childhood?
I can probably think of other things. I just remember when we went to.
I know what story you're gonna tell. The Dark Knight. Oh, Minneapolis. Okay.
Yeah, you surprised me for my birthday. You and your family came down.
Yeah,
that was really nice.
Yeah, I was sick that whole time.
I know. Yeah,
I was fucked up.
Wouldn't know it, but.
Well, I just laid in the bathtub for about 4 hours, dying.
You were always with me though.
Was I?
No, I was hanging out with your sisters, I think.
Yeah. And
you were there though when that guy jumped off the second balcony, right?
I was standing in the hallway with a blanket around me like a flipping 3-year-old. And this guy comes whizzing by me.
Yeah.
Because I was behind you guys, and this guy comes. Actually, you tell the story because you remember it. You know, you remember it better than I did. I just remember
being like, there was at the hotel where we stayed at when we were in Minneapolis. In the middle was the pool, and then up around it was all rooms, and there was like an opening. And I remember the guy coming running from one of the hallways. He like swan dive? He like did one of these, jumped over the railing and into the pool from the second floor. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and then he got kicked out, right?
And he got kicked out, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We should have gave him a free room for that.
They should have actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think impressive. Right. And
no one got hurt.
Yeah, and you were hanging out with my sisters again. That was post dirt bike. That was after the dirt bike accident. So you're fine, dude.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's wild.
Yes, I didn't embarrass myself that much. I think that was for around my birthday. Yeah, we were going to Twins games.
Did I go? I did go to a Twins game with you.
Yeah,
that was in the dumpster dome.
Thunderdome there. Yeah, that place was awful.
That place was
it's like a basement.
Their new stadium's nice.
Really nice. Yeah.
We should go there as kids again.
I wish. Yeah. Ain't that the sad truth?
Amen.
We should go there with kids again.
Just find some.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take some kids to the. Yeah, we could probably swing that.
Get away with that, hey?
Yeah, I'll talk to some people and see what we can do. Yeah, man, those are good times. Yeah, that hotel, I was so sick. I had just gone to camp like the week before, and I don't know, I was wrecked. Whatever
picked
happened.
Up mono or something.
I thought it was West Nile.
Leaders. Oh, really?
I was dying, man. I felt so shitty that week. It was the worst because I wanted to play, and you guys were playing arcade games, and I was just sweating and then shivering and then sweating, and it was the worst.
It's this Dark Knight story that you were gonna think of saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna tell the story for my birthday.
No.
We went to see The Dark Knight in theaters in the IMAX, which is sick. I wish I could go back to that.
Yeah.
And on our way in, we were all kind of running in because it was like, it must have been like February. No, it was October. It's my birthday. I know exactly when it was. So it was fall. So it was a little chilly outside, and you were running inside through the parkade, and you had your hands in your pockets when you were running, and you tripped. And didn't catch yourself because your hands were both in your pockets, and you just slid on your chest on the pavement.
Dude, that's the penguin.
Yeah, dude. I thought for sure you were hurt, and you popped up so fast.
How old was I? Like 17 or 18?
We have to look back to let's see when the Dark Knight movie came out.
Wow.
Let's see this here. Yeah, it was hilarious, man. So it was 2005. So I would have been in grade 5. You would have been in grade 4.
Oh, really?
That's wild.
That's crazy. I feel like that movie. I feel like we were adults when I saw that.
Actually, yeah.
That's weird, dude.
There's no way. Is that for sure?
Yeah, I guess. Or would it be the most recent one? Like the.
Nope. Sorry, I was wrong. Batman Begins came out in 2005. The Dark Knight came in 2008. So that makes more sense.
Yeah, that checks.
Still not adults.
Yeah, no.
Great.
Wow.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man. That was so good. I remember I was miserable that day too. It was kind of pisses me off thinking back about it.
Why were you miserable?
I don't know. I was just sulky. I was always sulky on my birthdays. Just a sulky little boy on my birthday.
That's not good, man. You still like that?
Probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just spend like my birthday. I try and like spend by myself because I ruin other people's day then.
Shit.
I don't know why. I have no idea why.
You should come out. We'll go plan a little date next time you're for your birthday.
Yeah, maybe.
You'd be 30, right?
Actually, you guys surprised me for one of my birthdays at the keg.
Oh yeah, that's
that was a good birthday.
Yeah,
that was really good.
Forgot we did that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
you guys should do that for me again.
Okay. Yeah, I think we.
It doesn't even have to just be for my birthday.
Yeah, I'd surprise you.
Yeah.
Did you like surprises? You seem like a person that wouldn't like surprises.
I do, but I just need time to like process a little bit, and then I'm good.
Pissed off when you first happen, and then
oh yeah,
because you have like this idea that it's going to be this thing.
Yep. And then I'm pissed off. Yeah. Are you like that too, or are you pretty adaptable?
I'm happy with. I like surprises, like good surprises.
Oh yeah. Well, really? Yeah. Oh. Hey, Tor, your parents died in a car crash. Surprise. You like those kind?
No, I don't. No one likes those kind. I don't think.
Well,
there's probably a few.
Be surprised.
Yeah.
I also remember as a kid going to the Come On In with your family a lot.
Yeah, that's a good place.
And you throwing me under the bus a lot because you wanted more coins for the arcade, or you'd want a toy for like the pool or something, and you'd just go up to your parent. Or first you'd ask me, you're like, Pelle, do you want to go play arcade games? And I'd be like, yeah, that sounds good. And you're like, okay. And you walk to your mom, hey, Pelle wants to go play some more arcade games. Can we have some money? And I'd be just standing there like, sick. I'm just the needy poor kid that hangs out with the family.
That's the only way we're gonna get it, because if I do it, they're not gonna be a shit. But
dude, I also remember them smoking like a chimney in that room, dude, when you could still smoke in hotels.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
That and the door being cracked open and the Barrett Jackson auction just rolling.
That's my dad's favorite show. I hope to take him there one day.
How many seasons are there of that now?
I don't know. I think they keep doing it as long as there's cars, right?
Yeah, shit. Yeah. Who's the main character in that again?
Barrett.
Oh,
Jackson.
Yeah, that's right. I thought he was the producer. Sorry.
I think he's the auctioneer, isn't he?
Is he? Yeah.
I have no clue.
Dang. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that's the first time I got explained to who Tim Allen was, because he would buy a lot of cars on that show.
Oh, really?
In the Barrett Jackson. Yeah, your dad's like, that's Tim Allen. He'll buy that. And I was like, oh.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that, dude? Oh man.
I remember having like that mental breakdown in the pool.
Yeah, tell us more.
As like a kid, that was pretty crazy. I remember just kind of like, was I crying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was crying. Shit.
I mean, it was a good spot to cry though, because you could just dip your head under and it's water.
Yeah. How old were we? 10? You were 11?
Yeah, it must have been somewhere around there.
Toddlers, right? Pretty much.
Not toddlers. No.
Really?
Not that young. No. We were young, but not toddlers.
Dang. And I remember just crying because I was worried that I was going to lose you as a friend.
Yeah. Do you know what it was about?
No.
Was I getting good at something and you're like, oh, he's gonna be famous?
No, I don't. Or no, it's probably because you were going to grade 5 and I was in grade 4. and you were going to the new
Ooh.
school.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what it was.
That's probably what it was. Yeah. You remember? Yeah. Well,
and
dang.
I remember just crying because I was gonna lose you as a friend.
And I remember I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
no, we'll be
still
fine.
we'll still be friends.
And in the back of my head, I was like,
This kid's a
fucking
fucking
can't wait to
yeah.
to play arcade games later.
Yeah, I can't believe I was thinking of that shit when I had as a kid. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I remember just standing in the pool and being like, I don't know what to do.
Huh. Maybe I had fetal alcohol syndrome.
You just had fetal syndrome.
Fetus syndrome.
Scared of losing your mom. I mean, so am I.
Everybody is, I hope.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not everybody, but
No, there's some people that hate their parents, probably.
yeah, sure. Couple of them.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Any other stories about growing up?
I'm sure we'll think of some as they come, but
I'll
for
tell
now-
you another story.
Okay.
I was probably 14 or 15. And I'm a sucker for a good bath, like a good bubble bath. Sucker for a good bubble bath. So I had a bath upstairs in our house and got out of the bath and I was going through the cupboard. I was like, oh, I should moisturize. It seems like something an adult would do. So I grabbed what I thought was moisturizer and it was an old bottle, like old. Just wait, it's not as bad as you think it is. And I grabbed this thing and I don't really look at it. I'm just like assuming this is moisturizer. I'm an idiot. So I throw it on and I'm like, wow, this is really moisturizing my skin. I just feel a little slick. All of a sudden I'm walking downstairs. I've dressed at this point in like pajamas or something. I'm sitting watching TV with my mom and I'm moving around. I'm like, man, this stuff just really isn't soaking in. Like, what is this? Like, I'm like uncomfortable. My mom all of a sudden looks at me. She's like, Ellie, why are you so shiny? And I was like, oh, I used this moisturizer upstairs and I don't know what the heck. She's like, what did it look like? And then I explained it to her. I was like, oh, it's like an old bottle. I'm like, it used to look like, I imagine it used to be clear. Now it's
Miracle Oil.
no, it was freaking baby oil. And my mom's like, that is baby oil from when you guys were like kids. Like, it was so old. And I put that all over myself.
Glistening.
And my mom lost it. She lost it. She's like, you are an idiot.
Like she was laughing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was losing it laughing because I couldn't get it off because it's oil.
Yeah. How do you get
Dude,
it off?
I showered, I
let it soak
toweled
in,
off.
or what?
Yeah, man, it was so bad. And she was losing it laughing. Like, what is wrong with you?
That's awesome.
And I just doused myself in baby oil like I was going in a bodybuilding competition.
Shit.
We're filming a porno. Too.
I mean, that's probably where your fascination with fitness began.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I feel a little extra.
Little tight,
cuts.
yeah.
Dude, yeah, that was great. Oh man, I can think of stories for you too.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't.
of stories all day.
You know more stories about me than I know about myself.
Yeah, man, I remember when you got food poisoning. I don't remember it, but I remember the story because I lost it laughing.
Yeah.
Can you tell that story, please?
No, I don't. Well, the first time I had some bad chocolate. It was homemade chocolate, and then the second time was the worst one. And
yeah,
I remember
that's the one I like. Would you start at the beginning? Start right the day before.
I don't remember the story that well. I just remember what happened. I don't remember the prolonged experience.
Like, do you remember what you ate the day before?
No.
You don't?
No, what did I?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Shit. No.
I just remember you telling me the story of like.
Oh no. I just remember I've never had food poisoning to the point where I remember shitting and puking at the same time.
That's awesome.
And I remember trying to get I was walking up my deck.
How skinny did you feel?
Not skinny. I felt very sick. I ended up sleeping in the bathroom because every 20 minutes I'd poop and puke.
Carry on about the deck. You're walking up the deck?
And I was walking up the deck trying to get to the bathroom and I shit myself and puked all over myself.
That's awesome, dude.
It's not awesome.
No, that's awesome.
I've never felt liquid come out of orifices that quickly.
It's so good.
It's like someone put an air air compressor in you and let it go, and it
that's
awesome, crazy.
Man.
It's like I drank Drano.
So what did did you sit on the toilet and just have a bucket, or did you just lay in the bathtub?
So eventually I got really good at it. I'd sit on the toilet and had a bucket.
And
every time I puke, the pressure from me puking you'd shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
it was wild, and it lasted probably 12 hours.
12 hours.
Yeah, it started at 8 o'clock and went till 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
I remember being on the toilet all night. I was
That's
drinking so
awesome.
much Gatorade and Pedialyte trying to get my fluids
How
back
old
up.
were you?
Oh, I was an adult. I think I was like 18 or 19. I was old enough to know I shouldn't be doing this fucking
That's
shit.
humbling, man.
Yeah, it was very humbling.
Man, there's
Now I
not
just do it for fun.
puking shit.
Just shit myself.
I haven't done that for a long time, actually.
No.
I could do that again.
Do you ever just pee yourself accidentally?
No.
I sometimes do it when I'm dreaming. Not anymore. I haven't done it in about 5 years. But you ever have like a dream?
Let's just hang on. In 5 years, and your age minus 5 years. So what was the last time you've done it, and how old were you?
It's like 25, 24.
You're 30?
I'm 28.
Your age minus 5 years. Do the math.
23.
Nice. You did it.
Why is that specific? You know,
I just
why do you
want
have
to
to?
emphasize that you're 23
I was
years
23,
old.
yeah, and I had a dream where I was peeing,
And you pissed
and
the
then I
bed.
woke up and on the fucking bed I was peeing. I was actually peeing.
That's sick, dude.
That sucks. Now I'm able, like, I somehow program myself to, like, if I have a dream where I'm urinating, I know for a fact to wake up.
Yeah, it's called being an adult.
No, dude, there's no way you can know by dreaming that you're peeing. Come on, dude.
I mean, I haven't pissed my bed since.
Yeah, but how many dreams have you had where you're urinating?
That's a good question. I feel like I've been close, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
but have you actually pissed in your dream?
No. Like, not
You
since
should
I was
try
young.
it next
Not since
time.
I was young. Like, I
should
remember
try
as a
it
kid
next time.
pissing in my dream, but
You should try it next time. You're gonna urinate your bed.
the thing too is about like a 23-year-old pissing in a bed is a lot different than an 8-year-old because of the amount of urine you probably had in your body.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not great.
It was probably sopping. That mattress was probably so. Was it? What,
I had a mattress cover.
what size was the
It
mattress?
was a queen.
Shit, that queen, she gained about 150 pounds that day.
Yeah, it was gross. I remember the dream specifically. I was in ancient Egypt, and I had to pee, and I remember peeing in a cereal box. And that cereal box was right full. And then when I woke up, I could just, like, you know, that cool, warm sensation.
You were peeing in a cereal box in ancient Egypt?
Yeah, in my dream.
What kind of cereal did they have there?
It was fabricated. It was like ancient Egypt cereal. Like it had like
Wow.
you know, like cartoon
Yeah.
sphinxes on it and stuff. Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah. Dang, what was on the back of the box? Like, what kind of games?
It was a maze and word search.
Yeah. Dang.
I don't know how. I remember the box is blue and gold.
Dang.
Like that, I'm never gonna forget that dream because now I'm like, fuck.
I actually also remember a story of you pissing in a hamper in your laundry room.
Yeah. Well, I was sleepwalking. I don't sleepwalk anymore.
How do you not remember these stories?
I don't know.
I remember these stories.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems I have a different story every other week. So
You have awesome like childhood stories.
yeah, my mom caught me doing that and then woke me up. Apparently, you're not supposed to wake up a sleepwalker, but she did that night.
Why?
I don't know. Apparently you're not supposed to wake him up.
Dementia? Causes
I don't know.
dementia?
It scares. It's kids startle them and they injure themselves or something. I don't know.
I mean, you're pissing in a hamper.
I was peeing in a hamper.
I'd be
Yeah.
stopping you too.
Yeah.
I'd piss on you.
Yeah.
Wake you up.
The problem with that is, dude, and I remember I was just starting to drink. I was like 18,
Okay.
and I remember getting so drunk. I was at the farmhouse, and I somehow mistaken the recliner for the toilet.
No.
And I yacked over the new lazy boy
In your house?
Yeah. Dude, it was so funny. I remember I was so drunk. Oh god. Because like where I lived in the farm, my bedroom, then right across from my bedroom was the laundry room, and then one door down was the bathroom, and then down the hall was the family room.
Yep.
And I somehow mistaken left for right, and I went left, and then I found the the lazy boy was the toilet because I put my arms on the armrests, and I just remember yakking it, and I left it there
What did you-
overnight. My
what did your
mom
parents
woke
say?
me up in the morning to go fucking clean it up. She was pissed.
Did the recliner have to get thrown out?
No, it was leather, so it just all wiped away, but. Shit, that was I remember it was brand new too.
Did you feel like shit when?
Oh, I
when
did.
she woke you up.
Yeah, I did. I felt terrible, and I looked terrible. You know.
Yeah, that's bad. That's the worst kind of night. Were you
Oh,
like?
so
Do you remember puking and stuff?
I remember puking on it, but I remember once I was done, I'm like, oh fuck, this is recliner.
That's wild. I remember one night like that too, like where I didn't puke on a recliner, but I remember puking and like kind of going in and out. You know, when you're young and you're dumb and you drink too much.
Yeah.
And I remember the evening going good, everything was fine, and then it kind of cuts out. And then I remember being at a gas station and trying to get the gas cap from underneath the vehicle. I wasn't driving; I was just a passenger. But they had dropped the gas cap and it rolled underneath the vehicle, and I thought I got it, so I tuned in right about then. In the process of it, which is crazy that your body just goes on autopilot and functions without you.
That's exactly what happened when I puked, man.
Yeah, so I grabbed this gas cap, whatever, and then I cut out again. And then I woke up on the floor of this person's apartment in their bathroom. And there's like 3 people around me. And I was laying on the floor and next to the toilet on a towel. And someone had said to me, hey, Pelle, if you got to puke again, just make sure you puke in the toilet. And I remember in my head, like tuning back in, hearing that, experiencing this, and thinking, nope. And just puking on the floor. And then everything cut out again. And it was the next day. And I was like, wow, what a night. Those aren't the greatest nights, though.
No,
don't do that stuff.
No, they're not. It's great. But they're memories and they're building, you know?
Yeah, but they're like, it's a funny story, but they're actually not that fun of nights like that.
Oh, no, they're not fun because I remember when you get that drunk, you just want to be sober.
Yeah.
That's all you want to do.
Especially if you don't get that drunk fast enough. Like if you're just riding the edge of it, that's really bad.
Yeah. I remember just like, which is crazy why we just don't stay sober as human beings.
Yeah. I mean, within moderation, it can be like, can be enjoyable, relaxes you and stuff like that. But it's like, as you get older, you realize like the line.
You gotta.
Where it's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Than going over that line.
For sure.
It's crazy to see adults, like certain adults in the world, you watch them consistently go over that line and you're like, oh, are you having fun or dealing with something?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Let me know when I cross that line.
I mean, it's been a few months or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen often.
Man, you got any other good stories? Do you have any stories of me from, do you remember any good Pelle stories from when we were young?
I just not like I don't.
Just wasn't a memorable kid. Hey, that's fine.
No, I don't really know, man. I don't. Okay. I just remember your sleepover with that kid.
Yeah.
And then I remember. Yeah.
I remember having sleepovers at your house, and you had a double bed, and we had to sleep in that double bed together.
Oh yeah.
I remember thinking, I don't want to do this. I also remember in your bedroom you had a Rascal Flatts poster.
Yeah, from previous podcast.
Did I mention it? Yeah. Shoot, I didn't know if we talked about that on the podcast. You must have been a big Rascal fan.
I wasn't.
You would have been the best little rascal.
We're reciting the old podcast. My mom would go to concerts.
That's fine. We can touch on old topics.
And then buy me something from the concerts.
And she bought you that poster.
She bought me a poster.
You're like, we better get this bitch up on my wall.
Just to show like that I liked it.
What else did you have on your wall? You had a salt lamp too. I remember you made me...
still have that salt lamp.
Same one?
Yeah, man.
You made me lick it.
I do. I lick it every now and then just to feel something. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Dang. What other little artifacts do you have?
I had who's the guy that played for the Blues? The old hockey player.
Chris Pronger.
Or?
Randy Orton.
It was probably Chris Pronger because I remember I bought a GT rider for snow and it came with a poster of Chris Pronger.
Chris Pronger. I'm trying to think of other players that played for the Blues, but I'm not.
I think it's cool. That was on my wall. I was also a big Bionicle guy.
Ooh,
and I had Thomas the Train. Did you remember watch Thomas the Train?
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh,
but I know who he is.
I had a bunch of that.
Why?
Because I liked him as a kid.
Okay, until
I watched the shows.
Yeah, okay.
Stuff. And then what else did I have? I remember being just terrified of the dark all the time. That was always fun.
Yeah, were you pretty scared of the dark? Yeah.
Yeah. I remember having to sleep with lights on. So, but I never got my parents to come in and check for monsters or anything.
No,
I just slept with the lights on and did it myself. Yeah.
Dang. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what was in my room. I remember I wrote my sister's name on my wall when I was mad at her. So that was on my wall in my room.
Psychotic.
Yeah, I was really mad. This is crazy. This is a psycho thing to do. And I must have been like, again, probably 7 or something like that. And she made me really mad. So I wrote on the wall, and my plan was to blame it on her. So I wrote on the wall her name and then loser. And she's got a very unique name.
Yeah.
And I couldn't spell. I was 7. So I couldn't spell her name. And then my mom came in the room and she's like, "Who wrote that?" I was like, "My sister wrote that." She's like, "You sure that she wrote that?" And I was like, "Yeah, she did that." And mom's like, "I'm gonna leave you in your room. I'm gonna give you 45 minutes to tell me the truth. And if I come back and you don't tell me the truth, we'll talk from there." So she left me for 45 minutes, and eventually I'm like, "Well, maybe it was me." Mom's like, "Yeah, I think it was you."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad move, dude. That was a dumb move.
When you were a kid, did you ever do things repeatedly to hope, like? I remember, when I was growing up as
to
a
get
kid.
your parents' love?
No. I would do things repeatedly because I thought if I didn't do that, I would die.
Repeat it. Like, can you give me an example?
So I'd hit the flight switch 3 times.
Oh yeah, I think that's like a OCD thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, it's like I've heard of people, like, if they shut a door or if they spin one way, they have to spin the other way or something like that.
Yeah, I grew out of it. I would do it with light switches. I would hit it 3 times, and then I would say to myself after I did it, if I don't do that, I'll die.
Wow.
And then I did that with before I'd go to bed.
Okay.
I would tell Satan to go fuck himself. I did that 3 times.
Like with an F-bomb? Like,
yeah.
You went full
in
on.
my head, I'd be like Satan, you suck or something, because I was like so fucking paranoid of like dying, and it was right at nighttime when it was all dark.
Yeah,
I was
do you
scared.
think he knew though that like probably 2 months before that you were crying in a pool? And he's like, "This bitch."
That's probably why I was crying, bro. I had the devil in me.
You were fighting him.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I had all
wild,
kinds of weird shit like that growing up. I had to do certain things certain ways. If not, then I would die.
Really?
And then I remember thinking, like, if aliens invaded, I had a big fear of aliens.
Okay.
That the wrestlers would fight for us first.
Like the WWE guys.
Yeah, and then they would go to the football players. And that, like, I was like thinking of
This is awesome. Your scale of heroes was great.
Yeah.
Who was after football?
It was the police officers and then the military.
It's crazy that you put wrestlers above.
Yeah, I just assumed that wrestlers were gonna fight for us.
Did you have any particular ones that you think would really kind of?
I always pictured Stone Cold
fighting for us. Yeah, that's true hero right there.
I loved Stone Cold as a kid. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and now like thinking of that, that's fucking crazy. That's so funny in my head.
That's childhood, dude.
Yeah,
that's childhood. Man,
did you do anything like weird when you were a kid? Like certain things that you had to do before like certain situations?
Trying to think of different weird things I did. Okay, so I couldn't go to the same bathroom as my sisters.
Okay.
Like I had to use a different bathroom. I wouldn't use the same one.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was dirty. If they used it, it was dirty.
It had cooties.
Yeah, I mean they're girls too, right? Different people, different kind of animals, you know?
Yeah. Different species.
Still hold this belief today.
You tell your wife to go use the other bathroom.
Yeah, actually I don't actually I went the other way. Actually now I only shit in the women's bathrooms.
Checks out. Yeah. Especially now you can get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm using it.
Yeah.
I was really paranoid, like I was gonna get in trouble as a kid. Okay. So I remember getting a CD. My parents bought me the CD for Christmas. It was a Hawk Nelson CD. If you guys don't know who Hawk Nelson is, it was Letters to the President CD. Don't listen to their new stuff. Just go all the way back to that thing. Dude. Throw it on full blast. Live your life. And they got it for me, and I played it quietly in my room by myself because I thought they were gonna hear it and get me like be mad at me.
Really?
They bought me the CD.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. And I was scared that they were going to be mad at me. I also, I remember my mom getting really mad at me one morning because I would wake up and before school, I'd either want to play Sega Genesis, NHL 94.
Oh, yeah?
Or watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Sports Center. But I would always ask her if I could do it. So I'd wake up at, let's say, like 6:30 a.m. before school. I was like really going to give myself some time, get a few games in. I'd walk to her room. I'd tap her on the shoulder until she woke up. And ask her if I could watch TV. And one morning she flipped. She's like, "You do not have to ask me to watch TV. Just go watch TV." And I think now as an adult, if a kid freaking did that to me every day,
6:30 in the morning,
I'd punch him in the face.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
I'd give him up to Satan, dude.
Yeah. Don't worry, not me, man. I'd be fucking fuck you, Satan. Three times.
Yeah, I never had like that though. Like I had to I think every kid does this though. The running up the stairs because someone's chasing you when you turn the lights off.
Did you run up the stairs on all fours?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I ran up the stairs today on all fours.
Really?
On the way to this room.
Dang, I haven't done that in so long. I don't even think I could do it.
Oh, I had to. My legs are so wrecked from legs yesterday. I had to, man.
Dang.
I'm a cripple.
Do you also remember I don't know, like when you go to a friend's place with your parents and trying to convince your parents to stay longer, you'd be really quiet and hopefully that they don't notice you so that they talk longer.
No.
Shit, I did that all the time.
How
Like I would just like, let's say I'm watching a movie or something and I'm hanging out with my friends, and I always tell my friend, we gotta be quiet because I could feel my parents wanting to leave.
Yeah.
And I said, but we're just gonna pretend we're not here, and then maybe they'll forget me or like they'll continue conversations or something so that we can hang out longer.
Dang, do you ever think about doing that now a little bit?
Yeah, I do that now. I come up with excuses like, sorry, you got a flat tire.
You just slashing people's friends' tires.
Leave.
Did you have like separation anxiety, or what was your deal, man?
I don't know what that was. What is separation anxiety actually?
I don't know. I'm not a therapist.
Maybe I should see one.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah,
probably be good for you.
Or bad for me. You
could talk about the childhood stories you choose not to remember.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of therapy for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's kind of, there's something nice about just no phones or anything, just having a conversation.
I actually thought about that before we came in here today. I was driving around, had to drive home and stuff. And I was on my phone while I was driving, and I was like mad at myself for being on my phone while I was driving, because I'm like, I don't need to be on my phone right now.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing on here that I'm looking at or doing that I need to be doing.
Yeah.
So I threw it on the other seat, and I'm like, I can't wait to do the podcast so I can just throw my phone to the side and just
let it run.
Yeah. What about you? Do you get that too? Like where you just feel like you're on your phone too much?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, I mean,
like it doesn't make you like. I remember playing video games as a kid too, and feeling almost sick if I played video games too long.
Yes, I remember feeling that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say like if I'm out with my friends, I try not to be on my phone a lot. Especially if I'm out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're actually pretty good at that. I mean, your phone's on full like high power porn star vibration mode, but you're not on it a whole lot, especially when you're with people. I give you credit for that. I actually haven't thought about that, but good for you, man. Yeah, I think we could all use a little bit more of that. Sometimes I try, like if I do feel like I am on my phone, I'm worried, like if I'm actually conscious of it being around friends, I'll try and like flip it over and just push it to the end of the table.
Do you think we'd be better off without cell phones?
No. I mean, it's nice to call people from anywhere.
Yeah, but you have a phone at home.
Can you call people from anywhere at your phone?
I don't
at
know.
home?
Like, I just think maybe just having a cell phone with texting and calling might have been more beneficial than what we have now.
Yeah, sometimes it does feel that way, and some days I think it would be. Like I wish. Yeah.
For a challenge, we should buy like burners. See how long we can last.
I'd be down for that, actually. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, like I think they're like $40 or whatever.
And just T9 texting, like the old school style. Man,
and you can only, like, if you want it, you can only use your phone at home or something.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
When you go out, you have to use your like
your burner phone. It's a little sketchy, a little bit questionable.
It'd be cool challenge, I think.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, you don't feel like you're on it too much? Like you don't get that feeling?
At work, I am on it quite a bit, which is not great, but...
Does your boss listen to this podcast?
Yep.
Cool.
Well, he knows I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
He knows when I'm working, and when I'm not. Like, you know, like he understands that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, it's crazy. And do you ever pick it up like without thinking about it, and all of a sudden you realize you're on it, and you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Same with like, do you get phantom vibrates?
Yeah. Not so much since I've had an iPhone, because I don't feel the vibration nearly as much.
Okay.
But when I had an Android, like those things, I like the fact that Androids like vibrate more. Even though I'm making fun of yours, I do like it better.
Now that we're on the topic of technology, I bought you a book.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
let's see it. Yeah. What'd you buy me? Thanks, man. Big reader.
I just think it would really help with you. I think it fits you perfectly.
What is this? Oh my god, this is technology. So Torrie bought me the book, The Unabomber Manifesto, Industrial Society and Its Future by Ted Kaczynski, writing as FC, the Freedom Club.
Read the first paragraph.
First paragraph? Okay, let's crack this sucker. Wow. You know, it's a sketchy book too. Like sketchy books are always these thin. There's not quite enough information to have any developed thoughts.
There's no like ads for printing or anything.
No, and it's in a paper, like it's a paper bag look to it with a like a little tiny clip art picture of, I imagine, the Unabomber.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read the introduction? Is that what it is?
read the first sentence there.
Okay, guys. So welcome to Audible. This is a Pelican production. Introduction. The Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. They have greatly increased the life expectancy of those of us who have lived in advanced countries, but they have destabilized society, have made life unfulfilling, have subjected human beings to indignities, have led to widespread psychological suffering in the third world, to physical suffering as well, and have inflicted severe damage on the natural world. The continued development of technology will worsen the situation. It will certainly subject human beings to greater indignities and inflict greater damage on the world.
Hell yeah.
It will probably lead to greater social disruption and psychological suffering, and it may lead to increased physical suffering even in advanced countries.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so what perspective is this? This is really dark. Holy shit.
Well, it's his manifesto. He wrote that.
He wrote this. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's from.
so
I mean,
it's from his head.
there's some truth to it, but I think the world, like, I think there's probably less world hunger and world pain
So,
than ever right now.
Ted is an interesting guy. I'm going to talk to him like I know him. He grew up in a normal household. He was actually really good at mathematics. He
Did you
ended
read
up getting.
this already?
I haven't. I'm going to.
Oh, shit.
He ended up going to some prestigious university. He was a mathematics whiz, so he ended up he's a professor teaching mathematics.
Okay.
And then he joined the military, and then the military did psychedelic experiments on him,
Okay.
and that's why they think he got so fucked up. Is because he was like doing high dosage of like LSD and
Oh, wow.
what was that project
Veritas.
called? No, it's
I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
oh, man, I can't think of it.
but he was a part of that program.
Yeah.
And
Wasn't Manson? The Manson guy?
they think he was a part of it too,
Part of it
and they
too?
think that's why he was so fucked up is because of that. Because he was
Oh.
already pretty advanced mentally.
Oh, and that just kind of
Could
put him
just
over the
tipped
top.
him over. And this whole manifesto is what it was written by him, and I think one of his dying wishes was to get this thing published.
So who like isn't he bad?
He's
Isn't he a
bad.
bad
Yeah,
guy?
he killed
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
He's basically a serial killer. but-
Wow.
Like he lived in a bush all alone, and he was what he was doing is mailing bombs to people that he think were advancing technology too fast. So like in today's society, he would be mailing bombs to like Zuckerberg,
Elon
Musk,
Musk.
like those people,
Wow. That's
to like
psycho.
stop the progression of technology because he thinks it's gonna like harm society.
Wow.
It's super interesting. So that first like paragraph, the introduction,
Yeah.
it's I don't know. I think if he wasn't so fucked up, I think there's some good out of this.
Yeah, I mean, it seems that way. It seems like there's a fine line between complete psychotic breakdowns.
That's why I want to read it. I think it'll be interesting. Hopefully, it doesn't fuck me up. But
Man, where'd you buy that book? Just so
Amazon,
they'll sell anything,
which is
dude.
ironic because
kids
he
now, huh?
tried probably stopping Amazon at one point.
What's the one? What's the Hitler one called again? Mein Führer or something like that. That's got to be like a swear,
was like-
racist slang
yeah,
that I just said.
Maybe yeah, you just threw it out there.
Yeah,
I think it's called The End of the Third Reich.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it starts with the progression of like who Hitler was in the beginning and who he ended up being at the end. It's
No,
that's
didn't it?
another
Wasn't
good
there
book.
one that he wrote though?
Oh, I don't know one that he wrote. I don't know if I really want to read that one.
I mean, you're reading the Unabomber book.
Yeah, it's a little different. I think he didn't kill 3 million people. He only killed 3. Attempted to kill more.
I was
but-
pretty close actually. Mein Kampf.
Okay. And it's a manifesto as well?
I'll read it. What it is. Mein Kampf is a 1925 biographical manifesto by Adolf Hitler.
Interesting.
1925. So like, what is that? 10 years before World War II?
20. Almost 20. 1942. It started.
Isn't that when it ended?
1942 is when it started. It ended in 1945, I think.
Did it? Yeah. See here.
Anyways, I'm not a psycho. I just think I like interesting books. I tend to buy.
Sorry, your facts are wild, bro. 1939.
Okay, when did it end?
You're like a 50% facts kind of guy.
It ended in 45 though,
You
right?
are right. 45.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
In November, right?
September.
Oh, dang.
It started actually September 1st and ended September 2nd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You think they timed that out on purpose?
Probably. It was probably a
It's
CIA
getting close to the day.
psyop.
They're like, let's just hold this off a
Yeah.
little longer. We got to
Yeah.
time this out.
Yeah. No, I also have the Communist Manifesto as well.
Yeah.
I buy these books as conversational pieces.
Yeah. Do you ever wonder what my role in your life is? Just out of curiosity.
Your role.
Yeah. Do you think that the government doesn't know you have these books?
Yeah, I think the government definitely knows I have these books.
Oh,
I
yeah.
bought them online.
Yeah, they do.
Why is that a problem? Are you
Mhm.
saying you work for the government?
I'm not saying. I'm not.
Are you keeping an eye on me? Yeah. Yeah. No, as soon as I bought it, I'm like, shit.
Keeping you busy, right?
Yeah.
Finding things to do. Let's go to Minneapolis next weekend, Tor.
I'm gonna put that in the trunk.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's a good book. I'm definitely on a list now, but I think it'll be an interesting read. Do you ever do that, like where you buy things that like are thought provoking and stuff, and you own them just for the sake of owning them, but before they can get destroyed?
Yeah, I mean, have you seen? I mean, the pictures in my office or the tattoos on my body?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, very
It's-
thought provoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have our thing, right?
Yeah. I'd like to have a bookshelf with just like all interesting books, you know? Like
Yeah.
something like cool about that.
Does Alex Jones have a book yet? That'd be a good
Would
one.
it be probably an interesting read? Do you think it's all in capitals?
It's just yelling, yelling and stuttering. Yeah, man, that's wild that you bought that book. What's the next one you think?
I think I'll do
Mein Kampf?
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. I'd also like to get I think I'd like to read the Quran.
Yeah. Do you think you'll buy Obama's book to kind of finish the
No, I won't.
finish the cycle?
No, probably not.
You know how many guys that guy killed?
Obama. Yeah. The Quran would be interesting to read that. I'd be curious what that's about,
Quran.
because I feel like the religion that it represents is very popular. Second to probably Christianity.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was right up there.
Yeah, I want to know what the hype is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Do you think I could be Muslim?
No, I
No?
don't think you could be Muslim, Tori.
Dang.
Tori, do you think you could pray multiple times a day?
No. No, I
Like,
don't.
like you
No.
have to designate time to not be stimulated multiple times a day.
Yeah, that's a good. Maybe it'd be good for me.
Everybody would be bowing and praying. And you'd be like, "You guys got music or TV or?"
Might be good for me though.
You guys ever think about putting a nice coffee bar in this thing?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a very good point, pal.
Does this church not have AC?
Wait, this isn't a church. This is a mosque.
No, I think you could do anything you put your mind to, Tor.
Mhm. I think it'd be interesting. I also kind of think it'd be comical.
I think it would be too to
Like,
just take you out and put you in it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great. If we ever make really good money someday, Tori, we should just
Start doing things, you know.
start like
Testing.
like live as whatever, live as
Yeah,
I'm
test
trying
things
not
out
to
monthly.
be I'm trying not to be insensitive.
Yeah.
But like be a monk for like
Yeah.
2 weeks or
Yeah, it'd be
something.
interesting.
Could you imagine us being monks for 2 weeks?
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, I don't think we'd make it.
No,
dude.
but it'd be fun.
Yeah,
think it'd
we'd
be
hire
fun.
David Goggins to hang out with us for a week.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah,
For a week?
yeah.
Dude, I'd be dead.
I probably would be too.
He'd kill me.
It probably would.
Emotionally, though.
Yeah,
Like,
like do you
just
think you'd
him
be a better
yelling?
person for it though?
No, I'd be dead.
Okay, answer my question.
No, like, I actually think he'd kill me.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
might. Yeah, he might.
He seems like a guy that could do it.
Or do like e-gaming for like I have to do e-gaming for like a whole week. That
Oh,
would
we
kill
gotta
me,
get-
dude.
Do like get e-gaming? What do you mean? Like
Come on.
be professional gamers
Yeah,
for a
like
week?
live a professional gamer lifestyle for a week.
So what? You wake up at 8 and play games from 8 in the morning to like 9
yeah, I
o'clock
think
at
that
night.
would murder me, dude. I think I would die.
Your eyes would just be bleeding. I think you'd have
What
to get those special glasses.
Yeah, what other things can we do?
I was thinking, I always wanted to do crab fishing. I always wanted to try being a crab fisherman. I'd like to go to like the East Coast there and just be like, hey, can I come on your boat for like a couple days, see if I can do it?
I think that would be very funny to watch.
Yeah, I'd like to try it.
How many days do you think you'd make it?
I'd probably get a day in. I'd be puking my guts out though from the
Yeah.
water. I think that'd be the biggest factor.
Yeah, but you're out in the ocean now, so you'd
Yeah.
have to make it more than a day because they're not.
Oh yeah, they're not
They're
going to come
probably not
back.
turning-
No,
turning
probably.
around.
I'd probably be a week. I'd probably be out there a week.
Yeah, do you think you'd just quit? Like you'd just be like, I'm staying in my barracks.
No, I think I'd definitely come out and try it until the point where I was like obviously not going to be able to help out. Like for me puking, like
Yeah.
I think that would be the hardest thing. Would be the
You
vomiting.
don't think like the cold and the water and the long late hours would affect?
No, I think being consistently sick. I think
Yeah.
that'd be the first thing that would hit me.
Oh,
Would be that.
I'm sure.
And then
yeah.
having to do that, and then
work too.
I think it would just pile on.
Yeah, those guys are crazy, man.
Same with like bee farming. I think I'd like to try bee farming.
Bee farming? Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
We have a friend who did that for a couple summers.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'd be fun.
He said it was hard work, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to try that for a week.
Yeah, that sounds like a rich person thing to do, though. Try shit for a week. We got to get a lot more money.
I mean, not really. I was talking to my roommate about this. Like, we should just...
Speaking of a lot more money and trying new things, if you guys want to head on over to the link in the bio below, we have a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
You can...
Pelle's trying to put me through college.
I'm actually trying to afford a psychologist for Torrie.
Yeah, if you want to be our Patreon follower, you'll receive a sticker in the mail every once a week and free one-on-one sessions with us. So just head on over to the Patreon.
Yeah, dude, we should start an OnlyFans. Oh, we talked about this, didn't we? Yeah. Shoot.
What else? I was gonna bring up something.
We should say if we come up, like if we bring a topic up, it's usually me who does it, but if we bring a topic up more than 2 times, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like if I say let's do an OnlyFans one more time, it's a good idea.
Okay. So one more time we actually do it.
Yeah, the third strike, if we do,
and we just treat it like a business page.
Yeah, we started up. We fired up.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
What do we put in there though? What are we selling? Pictures of the set, of us in the set and stuff?
On OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You're really committed to selling products on OnlyFans, I've noticed. This was last time. I think
what
a
you
lot
want
of
us to do-
OnlyFans is like you're subscribing to see content.
Yeah, so
like you're not getting t-shirts.
Pictures and stuff is content. Pictures of us is content.
Yeah, but you're not selling the physical picture. You're selling the subscription.
No, but
and
you're selling the subscription is selling the pictures because the whole point of them subscribing is so they get pictures.
So what you're selling is access to. It's almost like at when you go into a club, you pay the cover to have access to the
experience. Club. Yeah. So what is our experience with our OnlyFans?
Oh man, we'd have to hash that out. We'd have to have something like what we're doing right now. Sit down, go back and forth a little bit.
Uncut footage.
Bounce some ideas off each other. No, we wouldn't film that. We don't want people.
No, like we're fucking.
Oh. No, we don't film that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We just film the after part, the clarity.
Yeah, the clarity.
We just all sweaty.
In this room, we're quiet.
Hey. What do you think about?
You can do a pin drop.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so at 3 times we start it.
Okay, sure. Sounds good. Are we doing that with anything?
Anything, really.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So if you guys hear us bring a topic up 3 times,
call us out.
If you're listening to all the pods, if you're an avid listener, we appreciate it. We love you for it. We'd love if you guys would comment on these things a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe some positive
feedback,
encouragement,
or negative, or some negative would be good too, so that we can have an idea what we need to fix.
No, I just tell me good things. Okay. I'm not interested in the bad things, man. No, I don't want positive criticism or anything.
Okay.
I want positive reinforcement.
Okay. Didn't get enough of that growing up, probably.
No.
Yeah, I got too much of that, so that's probably why we're friends.
Okay, so shout out to you guys for commenting mean things about Torrie and nice things about me.
Yeah, we'll get best of both worlds, Yeah,
that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you had, thinking back on these memories, do you think you had a pretty traumatic childhood, or was it pretty?
I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
I think for the most part it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I have some good memories and some
bad ones.
Not as good memories.
Yeah. Me too, though. Me too. Not as good as well. Yeah. I remember we were at a baseball tournament in Dauphin, and I was like 10 years old, and maybe 12. And my favorite aunt passed away. She had an aneurysm.
I remember her. Don't tell me her name. I'm gonna remember it.
It's all, yeah. You know this name because you say it often.
Do I really?
Yeah, this name's in your inner circle.
Nikki.
Nope.
I didn't think
Colleen. What's her name?
Your Auntie Colleen. She was a sweet lady.
Yeah, she was great.
She looked almost exactly like your mom.
Yeah, well, they were sisters, so.
How does that work, eh?
I don't know, genetics. Yeah.
She was very nice.
Yeah, and I remember, she
also took us to the arcade once and supper.
She was really good.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, this is a funny story about her. I remember always being in the car with her, doing stuff with her.
Yep.
And she always had this thermos on her, like a to-go cup. And me being an adult now, kind of clued in. I'm like, oh, that smell that I was smelling all the time was beer and Clamato.
She was boozing.
Was she an alcoholic? I think so.
Ah.
Yeah. But
Didn't affect your relationship with
No,
her?
it didn't. No, she's a great
She's good
lady.
to you.
She's great.
She was good to me too. I
Yeah.
only met her a couple times.
I don't know if she was actually like heavy boozing, but she was definitely having drinks with us. Beer and clam. I gotta try it.
Although beer and clam though, like, is that like it? That doesn't feel like an alcoholic move, you know?
I feel like it is though because it hides the scent of liquor.
Does it?
Clam juice is really good at doing that.
Yeah, but you're just loading the sodium up. Like you're just puffy.
So yeah, well,
Wow.
and now being an adult, I finally glued into that she was probably buzzing the whole time she were with her. That's probably why she was so nice.
You
She's
think
just,
so? Or do you
no.
think she just had to drink when she was around you?
Yeah, I caused her to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys, that was cool. And you were
Yeah.
at in Dauphin?
Yeah, I was in Dauphin. I got the call that she had passed away. She
She had aneurysm.
had an aneurysm. Yeah, she went down for a nap and didn't wake up because she had a headache or something. She said before she went to
Wow.
bed. That's a crazy thing.
My uncle actually died the same way.
An aneurysm.
Aneurysm, yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly, yeah. It's crazy.
Whether you just have that time bomb in your head
Yeah,
and you don't know it, and it
Mhm.
just pops.
Apparently, I did hear that that's genetic though, so I should probably get checked.
It is
You
genetic.
should probably get
Yeah,
checked too.
I have 3 aunts that have aneurysms.
Yeah, but not all of them kill you though. It's just if it's in your brain.
you have to
I think,
catch
right?
it right away. Aneurysm. We have brain aneurysms in our family.
Yeah, I know my uncle had a
So-
brain one, and my grandpa I think had one behind his ear or something.
Yeah.
But it was fine.
I'm worried about going for that test
Yeah,
and
finding
then
out.
finding out that you do have them.
I could probably beat it though, right?
Yeah, I'd rather just like mid to late 50s, just fine. Like,
I mean, it checks out. You do like surprises.
right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, an aneurysm is probably the best surprise of them all.
Yeah.
You don't even know it hits you.
No, I wonder though. Actually,
That's
I wonder if it
that's
does.
terrifying.
If you do, yeah. Well, on that note, I think it's a good time to wrap this
Yeah, I
sucker
think
up.
so too, man.
That was a good one today.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
Some good stories and some fun times. You want to close it out today, or do you
yeah,
want me to close it out?
I can close it out.
You close it out. You're good at it.
Thanks for listening to this podcast, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Thic, he's Thin, and we'll be seeing you guys on the next episode.
Peace.